Test, there we go. My name is Douglas Best, and I'm the founder of the Partnership Institute. I'm also a nurse. Our educational brand name is 101 Train. We're an established company. We were founded in Brownsville, Texas, and we have delivered training at over 2,000 educational facilities worldwide, a lot of work in video and animation. Now, I'm going to tell you a story. This is about a boy by the name of Margarito. Margarito was a patient of mine in home health as a nurse. Margarito was severely disabled. Margarito's body was a bit twisted. He was small for his age, and he had trouble breathing. Margarito wanted to go to the movies, but he couldn't go because during that time, children like him did not go to the movies. So I said, well, let me see what I can do. So I made arrangements, and I took Margarito and 40 other special needs kids to the movies at Christmas. We broke a social barrier for Margarito. As the years went on, Margarito wanted to go to work. He wanted to work. He wanted to live and work just like the rest of us. But he couldn't. When I met Margarito years later in the hospital, towards the end of his life, I came back and talked with him again. He was trying to work on the internet, trying to sell stuff, trying to get through, trying to live and be part of that life. And then he died. The problem didn't end with Margarito. You can argue that it has gotten worse. In the United States, when Margarito was alive, there were 4.5 million children with disabilities. Today, there are 7.5 million. There are 150 million children worldwide with disabilities. According to the CDC, 1 in 6 children, 17% in the United States has a developmental disability. Our problem is we do not have sufficient training tools. These children are facing a huge inequality based upon what other children are able to receive. Nancy Waterhouse, a special education school director, she said it best. We do not have the tools to teach job skills other than what we create on our own. They do not exist for our students. So, the solution. We are building customized VR enhanced simulations. This is not a VR device. This is not VR software. Our job skill simulations are more than just VR video. We're building customized to the learning disability and industry, specific to the problems each child has. It will be interactive virtual reality with haptic touch and response. We are going to teach or design the training towards TEAC standards and towards STAR testing recommendations, which is the gold standard, which is the standard of success for secondary schools. We will build a variable assessment model for problem solving. We're going to teach problem solving. We're going to use bilingual sentencing to teach ESL, where every other sentence is in English and Spanish. VR retention rate has a retention rate of 75%, which is amazing when you think that video is about 20%. Now, this is a fairly busy slide in regards to our business model, so the big bullet points here, this market in the state of Texas, special education VR, is an obtainable market of about $90 million. It is pretty much untapped. We are looking at developing a solution that will cost about $500 per device subscription per year. And we're looking at distributing it through contracts that I already have with major publishers such as Cengage Publishing and Condensed Curriculum International and others. Our competitors in the VR realm, there are only a few that say they do virtual reality. None of them are really tying it to education. They're just giving us regional videos of mountains and beaches and giving that to the kids to see. It's not really trying to tie in academics. Our market strategy, our initial target market is Texas schools, workforce agencies, and parents. We are looking to embed this into grant applications, and there are major grant writers who have already talked to us and said that they will do this. And our model for business, for marketing, is an old model, repeat business and referral. We have an outstanding team of educators, researchers, and virtual reality specialists. Our advisors are the same. The Texas Council on Developmental Disabilities found out what we were doing and contacted us and asked if they could collaborate. Our next steps. With this award, we're going to be buying equipment in computers and software. We're going to bring interns. We're going to teach them how to work and build the simulations. And we're going to do some economic development on this end right here in Brownsville, Texas. We'll go into our simulation research model where we're going to use VR technology from NASA that has a biofeedback system, and we're going to be able to use Watson AI to help us analyze this and determine exactly what's going on to a learning disability and the biophysics. From there, we'll go to production, and then finally to the fourth phase where we're going to look to convert interns into employees. Now, one of the most interesting things that we've discovered in this journey, that special education adults can actually develop simulations, can be part of the animation and simulations in video, in the virtual reality. So imagine a child making minimum wage, fighting to make minimum wage, all of a sudden now having an opportunity for a $70,000 a year job. When Margarito went to the movies, he was out of sight, out of mind. This past December, we took 2,156 special needs children to the movies right here in Brownsville, Texas, all at the same time. Right now, we broke that barrier. Those children are no longer socially out of sight, out of mind. However, they are out of sight, out of mind regarding technology. We want to end that. We want to give them a new beginning. We want to give them the life that they want. But we can't do it alone. I need your help. Thank you for your time.
Take me through the development process, if you may, about how long does it take to develop the course, how expensive it is, and then what's the application. So let's say I have young kids who are special needs, and I want to open up a coffee shop. I need to tell them how to run the espresso machine, how to clean the shop, etc. Like, how long from start to finish would that take to develop the actual product, and then what does it actually cost to do that, so I can understand in the realm of, like, what does it actually look like?
Sure, that's a great question. In industry standards, to do VR is about $10,000 a minute. We've been able to shape that down to $1,400 a minute because we build it in three-dimensional animation. So we have about 50,000 assets, including a coffee shop, so I don't have to rebuild it. We just have to create the content, get the information, do lip syncing with our animated characters. We've also talked with some of the educators thinking that we should do this from elementary all the way to high school, develop this job training. So we might start out with cartoon characters in an early phase. So from a cost perspective, we're at about $1,400 a minute, but most of that would be labor costs.
And does this include like haptic feedback, or what kind of sensors and biofeedback do I have in order for it to be fully immersive?
It will include haptic feedback, being able to grab things, that sort of thing. Dr. Ballant, who is an expert in haptic feedback, is the expert on that, and he's assured us that we can accomplish these things. He's working on some projects right now in medicine, teaching physicians how to do assessments and things like that, specifics, but he's assured that we can do this. Thank you.
And we are at time. Thank you.
I'm so sorry.